WWE won't react strongly after Raw ratings dip for Crown Jewel Go Home show. Surprises rumored to take place at Crown Jewel 2023. Randy Orton returns to break up the Judgment Day feud between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Gunther's utterly ridiculous WWE record leaves fans in awe. Jade Cargill asks fans for a major decision before WWE Smackdown. Note on Vince McMahon's presence at WWE Crown Jewel 2023. Paul Heyman sends a warning to John Cena ahead of WWE Crown Jewel 2023. It involves Triple H. Let's jump right into it. Surprises rumored to take place at Crown Jewel 2023. We are less than 2 days away from WWE Crown Jewel 2023, where the creative team has booked an action-packed show. The biggest names from Raw and SmackDown are determined to win titles, settle old scores, and most importantly, set their plans and work ahead of the Royal Rumble season. While there are quite a few swerves that could take fans by surprise at Crown Jewel, a few could send the WWE Universe into a frenzy. These include shocking title changes, heartbreaking retirements, and historic returns. Here are the 5 surprises that may happen at WWE Crown Jewel 2023 this weekend. So without further ado, let's begin. Number 1, end of Roman Reigns' historic championship reign. Roman Reigns is set to put his undisputed WWE Universal Championship on the line against LA Knight this weekend. Recent backstage reports have claimed that the upcoming championship bout would be the Tribal Chief's last match for the year, and he is seemingly scheduled to return for the Royal Rumble Premium Live event. Although sporadic title defenses have been common in Roman Reigns' historic reign, could the creative team pull off a massive surprise with a shocking title change on the show? LA Knight is among the most over superstars in the promotion, and he could make a promising case for being the next world champion. He has been booked strongly in this feud and has the momentum on his side. The chances of Roman Reigns losing his gold are arguably slim, but if it happens, it will account for a jaw-dropping swerve at the upcoming Premium Live event. Number 2, John Cena retires at WWE Crown Jewel 2023. Legendary WWE superstar John Cena will compete in a singles match against Solo Sikoa on the Saudi-based show. The 16-time world champion has been hinting at inching closer to his retirement. It is worth noting that Cena last won a singles match in 2018 when he defeated Triple H at the WWE Greatest Royal Rumble. He could stun his fans worldwide by hanging his boots at Crown Jewel, especially if he loses to Solo Sikoa. The Cenation leader has engaged in a promising feud with the Bloodline and could choose to put over the Enforcer in his final WWE match. Number 3, Seth Rollins loses the World Heavyweight Championship, but not to Drew McIntyre. Seth Rollins is scheduled to defend his World Heavyweight Championship against Drew McIntyre at the upcoming Premium Live event. The two have been involved in an intense rivalry, with the Scottish Warrior seemingly moving closer to a full-blown heel turn. A failure in dethroning the Visionary this weekend may finally push McIntyre over the edge, cementing his heel turn. Although McIntyre is bound to push Seth Rollins to his limits, the Messiah has another threat lurking around the corner. A vicious title match could see Damian Priest cash in his Money in the Bank contract against beaten-down Rollins to get an advantage. Considering Priest has a match of his own, he will likely be stopped by the Judgment Day, which could further fan the dissent, especially if he pins Rollins to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. Number 4, Bayley betrays Damage Control at Crown Jewel 2023. The upcoming Crown Jewel show will see WWE Women's Champion Io Sky put her gold on the line against Bianca Belair. The EST of WWE recently returned on SmackDown after dealing with a storyline injury, courtesy of Damage Control. Belair is determined to regain her title after Sky's successful Money in the Bank cash-in ended her championship reign. However, this match could see an exciting twist unfold if Bayley betrays Io Sky and costs her the championship. While the creative team planted seeds of betrayal a long time ago, Bayley has been supportive of Sky lately, helping the champion in every big match. She could see it as the right time to strike an unsuspecting champion, setting up Sky's face turn on SmackDown. Number 5, Randy Orton returns at WWE Crown Jewel 2023. The WWE Universe is desperate to see Randy Orton return to television after a prolonged absence. The Viper sustained a career-threatening back injury last year and had to undergo an operation followed by an extended recovery. However, Orton was recently spotted at the Performance Center, reportedly gearing up for his in-ring return. Randy Orton is likely to kickstart a singles return, considering his tag team partner and the other half of our key bro, Matt Riddle, is no longer with the company. Interestingly, we could see him directly step up to a champion if he returns at Crown Jewel this weekend. What possibility do you think has the most chance to come to fruition at WWE Crown Jewel 2023? Sound off in the comments section below. Randy Orton returns to break up the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day runs WWE. All 4 members of the Fiendish foursome currently hold a championship in World Wrestling Entertainment. In fact, they hold gold on all 3 active brands. As a result, they are everywhere. While that's great for them, it can be miserable for other superstars. The Judgment Day is cruel and vindictive, which leads to many superstars being abused verbally and physically by the faction. There's a chance that Triple H could change things, however. The game could call in a favor and request the return of Randy Orton. The Viper hasn't been seen in a WWE ring in over 500 131 days since he lost the SmackDown Tag Team titles, but the 10-time champion could return to target the Judgment Day. Triple H and Randy Orton go way back. The game helped Randy develop in WWE through Evolution. They also worked together under the Authority. If the Viper would be willing to help anybody, it would likely be the King of King. Provided Orton has recovered from his back injury and can return to the ring, he could make his comeback at Crown Jewel or on SmackDown. Orton can even potentially fight the stable in an unannounced brawl at Survivor Series. Fans would certainly be happy to see it. Could he be the one to stop the dominant stable once and for all? Randy Orton isn't the only former WWE champion who could be returning to the promotion, however. There's a chance that former World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk could also find his way back to the largest wrestling company in the world. It has almost been a decade since fans last saw Punk in a World Wrestling Entertainment ring. He famously walked out in early 2014 and was eventually fired by WWE. While he returned to a SmackDown-themed FLX show called Backstage, Punk never actually returned to the promotion. Instead, CM Punk was away from wrestling for years until he returned to the industry via All Elite Wrestling. He had a famously fractured relationship with some of the personalities there that ultimately led to him being fired from another wrestling promotion. Now Punk is no longer under contract with any pro wrestling company, and fans are hoping to see him finally return to the biggest promotion in the world. If he does, there are two major events that would make sense. Survivor Series in Chicago is hometown. Beyond that, the Royal Rumble is a great avenue for a return. Feud between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Legendary wrestling manager Jim Cornette has shared his thoughts on Cody Rhodes possibly feuding with Randy Orton after the latter makes his return. It has been rumored that WWE and the Viper are targeting Survivor Series, which will take place on November 25 as the potential date and location for the much-anticipated return. Orton been out of action since May last year due to an injury. Over a dozen years ago, the 14-time world champion was involved in a villainous stable with the American Nightmare and Ted DiBiase Jr., known as The Legacy. Speaking on the latest edition of Jim Cornette Drive-Thru, the WWE veteran commented on Randy Orton possibly feuding with Cody Rhodes after he returns. Cornette stated that there would be meaning behind it because of Dusty Rhodes' methods. Cody and Orton might be a good deal, but should he come in and stab him in the back, or should he come in and help him and then in 6 months stab him in the back? Does Orton come back and get the round of applause from the fans for the return, and he's another name coming back? Does he aid Cody if Cody's not going to have the showdown with Roman at WrestleMania? Cornette wondered. He added, then it's an old-time Dusty kind of thing to have a big star come in and stand side by side with whichever Rhodes and then turn on him in the most heinous way possible after it's established and do that. Would that be something? Because then you get, instead of cold, you get Orton and Rhodes with meaning behind it. Many fans are expecting Cody Rhodes to finish the story on the grandest stage of them all next year, after he failed to do so this year. However, if the American Nightmare doesn't face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40, he could end up having a match against Randy Orton. Both Rhodes and Orton are major stars in WWE, and with the right build, it would be a huge match. They have a storied history going back to their time in The Legacy. The story is there. A match between them would undoubtedly be interesting to see. Who do you think would win between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton? Sound off in the comments section below. Gunther's utterly ridiculous WWE record leaves fans in awe. Gunther has been leaving fans breathless after his matches for nearly 5 years in WWE. A recent stat about the ring general has left fans in awe of his reputation in the company. It didn't take Gunther long to win the NXT UK Championship after making his WWE debut. He defeated Butch Pete Dunne for the title and held it for a record-setting 870-day reign. Gunther only had to go less than 300 days without a title around his waist as he won the Intercontinental Championship soon after moving to the main roster. He has held the title for 508 days and counting since defeating Ricochet for it. The ring general has been in the company for over 1,670 days. He has held a title for 1,378 days, allowing him to remain a champion for over 82% of his WWE career. The stat speaks volumes for his reputation and standing in the company. Fans took to social media to react to the stat, claiming that it is something that hasn't been done in decades. Many fans want to see Gunther win the World Championship soon after he drops the Intercontinental title. However, the creative team will find it difficult to take the title off him, as he has been doing a phenomenal job and has been very dominant. Many top stars have tried and failed to defeat Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. A former WWE champion now wants to win the title back and dethrone the ring general. The latest episode of Raw saw The Miz get in the champion's face and make his intentions clear. In the process, the A-lister turned babyface, and it looks like he will be a top contender to take down the ring general. Speaking to WWE after the latest episode of Raw, The Miz said that he was ready to take the title back. Yeah, I think there's only one thing I can say about the Intercontinental Championship is what the 10,000 people were chanting. There is only one thing left to do, and that is take it back. Fans can expect a top-class feud between the two Raw stars. The Miz is extremely talented and will play the underdog babyface in the rivalry to perfection. Do you want to see the ring general drop the Intercontinental Championship soon? Sound off in the comments section below. Jade Cargill asks fans for a major decision before WWE Smackdown. WWE superstar Jade Cargill recently took to Twitter to ask fans for a major decision before this week's episode of Smackdown. Cargill is one of the most popular stars in wrestling, and she is also WWE's biggest signing in recent times. The former TBS champion made her arena debut at Halloween Havoc Night 1 during the match between Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria for the NXT Women's Championship. The former AEW star has made backstage appearances during Raw and SmackDown as well. However, she has yet to make an in-ring debut in the Stanford-based promotion. Jade Cargill recently took to Twitter to ask fans about a major decision she wants to make regarding her looks. The megastar asked the WWE Universe if she should go back to her previous hairstyle or keep her hair long. Should I go back to the bob or keep it long? Cargill tweeted. During a recent episode of Believe in Pro Wrestling, Shayna Baszler talked about the attention Jade Cargill is bringing just by being on the camera during backstage segments on WWE shows. The Raw star further mentioned that Cargill will bring massive attention when she finally makes her debut inside the ropes. Obviously, she's got a huge following. She looks like a star. You can't argue the presence she has. I mean, her thing right now is getting out of cars and walking into the arena, and she always has a camera on her doing that. That's not what I mean. I mean, she has yet to really do something, and she's bringing this much attention, which goes to show. Imagine the attention when she's ready to get in there, Baszler said. Fans think Cargill might appear during this week's SmackDown, and they probably will finally see the former TBS champion wrestle her first match in the Stanford-based promotion. Who will be Jade Cargill's first opponent in World Wrestling Entertainment? Let us know in the comment section below. Note on Vince McMahon's presence at WWE Crown Jewel 2023. Recent reports have revealed the status of former WWE CEO Vince McMahon for the upcoming Crown Jewel Premium Live event. On November 4th, 2023, Crown Jewel will take place at the Mohammed Abdu Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, starting at 1 p.m. ET/10 a.m. PT. The show will feature 3 title matches on the card, namely Roman Reigns versus LA Knight for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, Rhea Ripley and Zoe Stark, Rocco Rodriguez, Nia Jax, and Shayna Baszler for the WWE Women's World Champion, and Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul for the US title, along with a few other bouts. John Cena is also on the road to picking up his first victory in a televised singles match since 2018 as he takes on the Bloodline's enforcer Solo Sikoa. Interestingly, 78-year-old McMahon and The Undertaker were in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia to witness the boxing match between Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. McMahon stated at the event that Boulevard Hall, the venue where the boxing match was held, is special to WWE and will be their new home in the future. Hence, Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio noted that Vince McMahon is already in Saudi Arabia and would almost certainly be attending Crown Jewel, as it is in his new home. Vince is there. He's not going to skip the show. It's his new home, Sir said. In an interview with MMA Junkie at the boxing event, the Deadman mentioned Saudi Arabia's progress in the field of combat sports entertainment. He mirrored McMahon's remarks, claiming that the Kingdom was becoming a significant location for sporting events. I believe they're awesome. It's a commitment that you can tell that they're making to bring the absolute most outstanding sporting events and entertainment. They're trying to bring it here, and they're doing everything possible to make that happen, The Undertaker said. Only time will tell if the former CEO of World Wrestling Entertainment will appear at Crown Jewel this Saturday. Would you like to see Vince McMahon at WWE Crown Jewel? Sound off in the comments section below. Paul Heyman sends a warning to John Cena ahead of WWE Crown Jewel 2023. It involves Triple H. Bloodline member Paul Heyman recently took to his Instagram stories to send a warning to John Cena ahead of WWE Crown Jewel. The post included Triple H as well. Cena has been feuding with the Bloodline for quite some time. The 16-time world champion recently teamed up with LA Knight to defeat Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso in a tag team match at WWE Fastlane. However, the Cenation leader is once again all set to face Sikoa, but in a one-on-one match at Crown Jewel on November 4, 2023. Paul Heyman recently took to his Instagram stories to post a throwback video from the time when John Cena picked a draft for the Wiseman, and the entire Raw locker room was shocked to see Triple H's name pop up. The 58-year-old sent a warning to Cena by writing that he would soon be spiked out of business, which seems like a clever wordplay for Solo Sikoa's Simone Spike. Here's an oldie but goodie with the soon-to-be spiked out of business John Cena, Heyman wrote. During the Fastlane post-show press conference, Triple H talked about John Cena's comments about retiring from WWE. The game said that the Cenation leader is doing a lot of things outside of wrestling now, and that John should be appreciated for what he has done for the wrestling business and is still doing to this day. But I do recognize what John is talking about when he says he doesn't know how long he has. He's at an age where he's doing a lot of other things. I would just say this to everybody out there, revel in it, because the appreciation level that John should get is off the charts, Triple H said. Fans believe Cena might lose to Solo Sikoa at Crown Jewel in order to establish the latter as an upcoming superstar. It remains to be seen what the Stanford-based promotion has planned for the match. Which match are you most excited to see during the WWE Crown Jewel Premium Live event? Let us know in the comments section below. WWE won't react strongly after Raw ratings dip for Crown Jewel Go Home show. WWE's viewership hasn't improved despite the upcoming Crown Jewel show, and Vince Russo believes the company won't do anything to address the problem as it doesn't directly affect their financial status. The pro wrestling juggernaut has inked big money deals with some of the biggest TV networks globally, which amounts to a major chunk of their annual revenue. WWE's booking might get scrutinized regularly, but their business-related decisions have always been very beneficial. The Go Home Raw episode for Crown Jewel drew 1,391,000 viewers, which is a bad number as there is competition from Monday Night Football. When asked whether fans should expect a big reaction from WWE to counter the ratings, Vince Russo had no hope of seeing it, as he claimed the promotion just looked at the money and nothing else. The former writer gave a brief yet telling description of what WWE had become, as you can view on the Wrestling Outlaws. Bro, again, we talk about this a million times. They don't care. They are looking at the bottom line, and they are looking at the money coming in. As announced a while ago, SmackDown will move to the USA Network in 2024 after the deal with Fox expires. USA has been airing Raw for many years now, but has succeeded in acquiring what seems like the ace show at the moment, SmackDown. The Blue brand has raked in better TV ratings than Raw, primarily due to Roman Reigns' storyline and its 2-hour runtime. While trying to secure the TV rights for SmackDown might seem like a good plan, Vince Russo felt it was a hysterical mistake from a business standpoint. Russo said that the television network had no added incentive to add SmackDown to their catalog as the show isn't going to draw better than it did on Fox. He explained, "Bro, USA Network just paid a crap load of money for SmackDown off of a show that's doing less than $1.5 million. If I'm USA Network and I know we're going to get SmackDown in a year and I paid all this money, and then I'm looking at that rating today, I'm saying to myself, what was the incentive for me to pay all that money on SmackDown? They are not going to do the SmackDown number they were doing on Fox Network, bro."
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for